Hello everyone. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Getting Results in Business series. What we're doing today is basically coming to the end of our unit on business culture. In yesterday's class, we talked a lot about how to narrate an event. It wasn't just narrating an event, it was something else. I have to do the review and I'll tell you. But how to narrate an event, how to deal with a critical incident, the language that we use to talk about that incident. And what we're going to do is pick out some of the key grammar that we've learned in yesterday's class. And I had a little homework for you to try as well. So we'll get started with that in just a moment. First, a little bit about me. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out in Lisbon, Portugal, to bring this class. By the way, don't forget to turn off, tune in, and open up. When you're not speaking, try to turn off your microphone so we can keep the classroom quiet. When you are speaking, tune in to the new words, use them as actively as you can so I can correct you and give you lots of feedback. Last, open up to your classmates. Relax and have fun. We're all here to learn, and this is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. So, welcome back everyone, and a special welcome to Ishmael. Long time no see, Ishmael.
Hello, John. Yes.
You're back.
Yes.
We were worried. We were worried about you, Ishmael.
John, I had some problem with my health issues, and I lose my appetite to improve my English, and I took a break.
It's good to take a break.
Yes.
Taking a break is a very important part. I lose my appetite for learning English all the time, so I know how you feel. But it's my job. What can I do?
You don't need an appetite.
Yeah, I don't have to think about it. It just kind of happens, I guess. But you're back.
Is the weather cold in Spain, John?
I don't know. I live in Portugal. I have no idea what it's like in Spain. You have to ask Daniel. Daniel, is the weather cold in Spain?
I thought you are in Spain. Oh.
No, I'm in Portugal, and
it's really cold.
Is it?
Yeah.
The weather here is okay, but the problem is they don't build houses with heat. So if I don't wear two sweaters, my fingers get so cold I can't type on the keyboard. I start shaking. So I wear two sweaters because it's perfect. If I wear a sweater and a jacket, it's too much. Two sweaters.
You need to rent a house with heat.
Yeah, I do, but what do you want? First, I need to become the CEO of a company, make lots of money. I need to do a lot of things. Well, listen, let's try this. My computer is now freezing. Can everyone hear me? My computer just froze.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Oh, what's going on with the hangout?
Because of the cold weather, John.
Maybe. I don't know. I think it's okay now. It froze for a minute. Let's do this. Yesterday's class, let me get the notes for you. The new thing I'm doing is putting all the links in one place so you can access them even when you're not in class. So, in our notes, which you can see here, if you go down to today's class, you have everything we've done in one place. You have to go down to page 6, I think. I'll go there right now. Oh, no, sorry, page 7. So if you get on to page 7, you've got everything we've done so far. Yesterday's class, we started presentation 3. I'm going to open that and share it with you. If you want the link, you can open that yourself right there. And we also went over the homework for the business skills, which was presentation 2. We did those two things yesterday. After today's class, you're going to get homework 3. I have to create it, but I'll put the link there after class. And I'm going to give you the mind map It's another thing I've been doing since you've been gone, Ishmael, which is I take all the key ideas, and not the key ideas, the key language, and I put it in one big map so that you can go back after class and have a quick reminder of what you learned. Okay?
Okay.
So,
thanks.
So let's go to today's presentation. And let's say also hello to a new face, which is Faris, who just joined us right now. Hello, Faris. Aziz, how are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine.
Where are you from, Faris? Or is it Faris or Faris?
Faris. I am from Indonesia.
From Tunisia?
From Indonesia.
Indonesia, got it. And is Indonesia that little island you're standing on?
Yes, I am in Borneo Island. Borneo Island.
Is Borneo Island a little tiny? Look how little that island is you're standing on. Is that you?
Yes, I am in Borneo Island now.
Ah, in that picture, that's you?
Oh, no.
Ah. Oh, I thought that was you standing on Borneo.
Yeah, that is my friend.
I was going to say, oh, it's your kid. Okay, very good. So, let's do a little review of yesterday, and some of you had homework. If you did do the homework, you can do it now, because it's just a speaking activity. It's easy to do. So yesterday, in the practically speaking section, we talked about how to talk about culture, basically. How to talk about cultural things in a business context. How to bring it up and how to comment on it. And so, what we did is listen to some people talk, and we had some key ideas, some key words that they used to talk about films, books, and television programs. What I think we ought to do is, rather than repeat what we did yesterday, I think what we ought to do is go to the people that were in the class yesterday, listen to them talk about something cultural that they've done, and then the rest of you can go back and review this vocabulary and try it out yourself. Okay? So yesterday, Salva and Jose and I think Piotr, I think you were here yesterday too. Am I right?
No, teacher, I wasn't there yesterday.
You were in the reading class. Okay. So anyway, I remember Salva and I remember Jose were in the class. And Sylvia, I don't think you were there yesterday, were you?
No, I wasn't.
No,
Yeah.
okay. So let's do it like this. Salva and Jose, you had a little homework, which was just to prepare a little talk like the ones that you heard, using some of those key expressions to talk about not just the book or the film, but your reaction to it. I organized those key expressions on this slide, which you can see, slide 6. So for today, you can just use the screen as you describe what you're talking about. So yesterday what we did is we ended the class by everyone, after we listened to people talking about something cultural, we talked about something cultural that we were doing and asked another person in the class their opinion or if they were familiar with it. Okay, so what we're going to do is pick up there, but I want all of you to listen to how the language is used, and Jose and Salwa, I'm going to help you out and correct you as well. Okay, so did either one of you have a chance to work on this homework at all? No. Jose, Salwa, are you there?
Yes.
Ah.
I'm here.
Did you do it as a homework? No.
No.
Of course not. Oh, of course not. Okay. So, who wants to go first? What we're going to do is repeat that activity, but I want you to go a step further. Not just name what it was, but I want you to describe it using some of those key phrases. And then you're going to ask the rest of the class if we have experience with that thing as well. Okay? So, Jose, Salva, who wants to go first? You? Or you want me to give you an example?
Okay, I can talk about what I took
Excellent.
yesterday. Okay. Yesterday we are talking about a movie a TV series that I saw. it was I was completely hooked in it. I can't miss any episode. It was about a ghost. The episode called Ghost Whisperer. It was about horror and scientific uh, scientific situations with women can see ghosts and talk to them. Um, I like this series a lot. So
Okay, very good. It was about what kind of situations? Sorry?
horror and some science fiction.
Ah, science fiction. Got it. Very good. It was about some horror and science fiction situations.
Yeah.
Very good. Take a look, everyone, in the chat window, too. Okay? Take a look in the chat window. She said, oh, I made a little mistake there. She said, I was completely hooked on it. It should say not I am, but I was completely hooked on it. The TV series called Ghost Whisperer. It was about hard scientific situations. Okay, very good. And imagine that we're doing business together, and we're taking a little break. We're all socializing. Maybe we're having a coffee. And you bring up this topic, Salwa. How would you get other people to comment on what you said? We're in a cultural situation, we're talking about things. How would you get other people to comment on what you said so you can really have a conversation? What could you do to get other people to respond, Salwa?
I talk a lot about it and make it interesting.
You can make it interesting, sure, but
I can say I recommend this series for you to see it or watch it.
okay, very good. Not I, but I'd recommend it.
Yes.
And you could also just ask a question. What question could you ask?
Yeah. If any one of you watched this series before,
Have you ever watched it? Have you ever watched it? Like this. That would be a good question. So class, have you ever watched that series?
No.
Yes.
Yes? Salwa found it addictive. She's hooked on it. How did you find it, Sylvia?
It's perfect for the dinner time. Because usually we have for dinner time, and it's okay.
Look at those
It's not
general,
a bit.
Sylvia, look at those general comments on the bottom right. You can use one of those adjectives if you like, or another one.
It's very entertaining, and I really enjoy it for dinner time. Not for after dinner, but I definitely recommend it for all the family time.
Ah, it's good for dinner because it's a family show. Is that what you mean?
It's not a family show because it's about a woman who has special
Powers.
powers, and so she can talk with dead people and try to solve some problems.
Died or dead?
Dead.
Dead people. Apparently Daniel is a TV critic.
Yeah.
Daniel is our resident television critic. He's not pleased. How did you find the series, Daniel? Not entertaining?
Boring.
Why is that?
I don't know. Every episode it's the same.
Oh, it's the same, or it's formulaic. It's formulaic.
It's formulaic.
That means it follows the same formula again and again and again, like a formula. In other words, x plus y equals, it's the same formula every time.
It's a little bit credible. It's not credible.
It's a little bit too credible. Let's say Is it realistic?
Is
What's
it
the-
realistic? Yes.
What's the opposite of realistic? What's the opposite?
Unreal.
Unrealistic.
Unrealistic.
It's a little bit too unrealistic. It's formulaic. It's unrealistic. Okay, very good. So we've got some good words for if you like it and if you don't. Jose, you had a little extra practice yesterday. I'd like
Yes.
you to talk about something cultural, and this time I'd like you to bring us into the conversation by asking us a question or recommending something. Want to try?
Yes.
Go
Okay.
for it.
Okay. On Christmas, I saw a film. This film was Big Hero 6. I was completely hooked on it. This hero was made by a person. It was a computer. This Hiro was made for solving a lot of problems, but in the film, person use the Hiro for
Hero. Careful. Hero.
Hero for doing damage. Okay. Um, at the end, the hero save the person who was created the hero, and the hero died.
The hero died?
Yes.
Oh my god. So, in the end,
the hero died.
Yeah, but the hero saved its creator.
Yes.
Is it it
Save,
or he or
yes,
she?
in the end, the hero saved his creator, and the hero died.
And he died. Okay, very good. So let me. Oh, the Hangout is really slow. I'm trying to type. It's not letting me. Take a look. This is what I heard you say.
Okay.
On
Yes.
Christmas, I saw a film. It was
Yes.
Big Hero 6. I was completely hooked.
Yes.
It was made by. I didn't understand. It was made by a person. What was it? The film or the hero?
No, the hero. The hero.
Ah, it is the hero. The hero
Yes.
was
The-
made by a
the
person.
hero, it's a computer.
Ah, a hero is a computer.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I didn't get
This is
that.
a machine.
Got it. A robot, maybe.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, very good. So it was made by a person. It was made for solving
Yes.
problems. We might
Have-
say it was made to solve problems, not for, but it was made to solve problems.
To
But in
solve
the film, it was
Okay.
used to do a lot of damage. In
Okay.
the end, the hero saves his creator, but it should say, but he died, not her, but he died.
Okay.
Bring us into the conversation, Jose.
Yes.
Ask
Have,
us a
have you ever watched this film?
Who are you talking to? All of us?
Yes. All of the
So
classmates.
listen. Okay, good. So Jose, if you're talking to all of us, what can you say to acknowledge that it's everyone in the room? What can you say to acknowledge all of us at once? Because you say you, I don't know who you mean.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So how can you say all of us? Have
have some anyone
any of
any of you?
good. Say it
Have
again.
any of you ever watched this film?
I haven't. Has anyone else?
I haven't too.
No one has. Just you. Jose, you're the only one.
Only one.
Describe the film a little bit. Look at the general comments. Look at the general comments on the bottom left. The bottom right, I'm sorry. Jose, look at the general comments. How would you
Yes.
describe it? It was very...
I have to read the comments, John?
No, not read.
No?
Choose a general
Yeah.
comment that would describe the film.
A general comment, okay. I was completely hooked. It was made by a person.
Look at the general comments on the right side. See what
Yes.
you see? It
Yes.
was very
It was-
atmospheric. It was very exciting.
Yes, it was very exciting.
It was very exciting.
Yes.
Okay, very good. What about the rest of you? Have any of you seen an exciting film recently? Silence. Silence. Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought everyone had gone to sleep. Have any of you seen an exciting film recently?
Yes, I saw Spanish films
Film.
which won many awards in Spain called Goyas.
Goyas.
Goyas, yes, like Oscars, but in Spain it's
Oh,
Goyas.
the award is from Goya.
Awards,
Okay, got
yes.
it. It won many Goyas.
Yes,
Excellent.
it's a really interesting film. It's in the 80s, in the beginning of the 80s.
Hmm?
It's in a region in the south of Spain. It's about a young girl killed.
It was about a
And-
young girl killed in the south of
Killed.
Spain.
Yes, and a couple of police or detective are investigating what happened. I like the photography. I
The
don't know
photography.
the photography. Yes, it's a really amazing place.
And what was the name of the film?
I I can't remember.
Ah.
I'm going to Google it.
By the way, Daniel, one thing. It took place in the 80s.
It took place. Okay.
It took place. The setting, the time. It took place in the 80s. All right, very good. Well, what I'd like the rest of you to do is to think about a cultural thing that you've done or seen, and ask us about it. I want you to use the key language to help you. So, particularly describing the story and making a general comment. I haven't seen La Isla Minima. I have not seen it. But I have seen... what did I just see the other day that's in the theaters?
In Portuguese.
No, I don't generally bother with Portuguese films. All the good ones were in the 70s. What did I just see the other day? Oh, I saw Interstellar. That's right. Did you see it?
No, but I'm looking forward it.
What about the rest of you? Have you heard of that film? It's very atmospheric because it takes place in space. It's very atmospheric. You
John,
saw
I
it?
saw, but I couldn't understand anything. It was difficult for me.
It was the most accurate
Everything, yes,
physics film ever made.
time, space, everything going in each other.
How would you describe it? I mean, without telling us the story, because Daniel didn't see it. Can you make a general comment? I found it atmospheric. How did you find it?
Yeah, it was excellent, but actually you have to know many things about space, time, and before watching this film. Nolan,
By the way, don't forget, try to use those key expressions actively, Ishmael. Can you pick out one of those expressions for describing or general comments? So what you're saying is fine, but try to add one of those as well. I found the film very atmospheric. Even if you didn't understand physics, I think you'd still enjoy the film, although there were things I didn't like about it. I found it atmospheric because it's kind of creepy, kind of like a horror film in a way. The way time the way things happen, almost like there's ghosts. There were no ghosts in the film, but almost like these people were haunted. And I found it very spooky too, the way they depicted the future. There was like no water left. Everything was like a desert, and giant dust storms, and that's happening. That's starting to happen in the States. It's pretty scary. So I found it very atmospheric, but entertaining. What about you, Ishmael? How would you describe it?
It has brilliant special space effect.
Special effects were great, yeah.
Yes, in different planet. Maybe they are created on the computer, but it was excellent. And actually, I saw film in English. I tried to understand in a foreign language, and the plot was very scientific. I couldn't catch, or I couldn't keep up.
Good.
With the speed of the plot.
It goes at light speed.
Yes.
The speed of light, because it's about physics. It's about the speed of light. By the way, just out of curiosity, did anyone else see it? Faris, have you seen the film Interstellar?
Yes. Okay, John, sorry, I still trying to understand what the conversation about the film maybe. But about the film, I want to tell about last week's. I watching the film. This title is The Boys Next Door.
The Boy Next Door?
Yes, that is a drama film. I think it's very good to family film. It's a story about one family is a woman and husband, and have one child, one boy. And yes, the family more divorce about the family, and then the family have a neighbor.
Don't forget your key phrases too. Try to use some of those useful phrases like, was it a gripping film? Was it an exciting film? Keep going.
Yes, I think it is a greeting film, yes, because it's story about a family and some conflict about the woman and neighbor. Neighbor have a man and is have a little affair about the neighbor. And yes. After that, the boys next door. Terror the woman.
Terrorizes.
Terrorize the woman, and yes, I think this is a little psychopath. Psychopath. Yes, I think that is a greeting film, John.
So it sounds like it was pretty exciting.
Yes, you must watching the film. I think The Boys Next Door. I'm promoted about this film.
There you go. I'd recommend it. I definitely recommend it.
I'm definitely recommended. Okay,
That's
thank you,
it.
John.
And what about you, Piotr? By the way, you don't have to talk just about films. We've got films, TV series, really anything cultural, museums.
Okay. Recently, I've just finished a book, which I've just finished book Papillon, which means butterfly in English, and usually I don't have much time to read, but when I started read these books, I couldn't put it down because this book was really interesting. This book tells story about prisoner who was sent from France, who was sent to Franz Jayana. I don't know how to say
Tiana.
that.
Tiana.
Yes. And he was trying to escape from that island.
So it's a prison colony that he was sent to.
Yes, it was prison colony,
right?
Yes, and it's a really interesting book. There is a lot of adventures, and I recommend that book because this book is really entertaining and exciting. That's it.
Hi.
Hello.
John.
Hello, John. Anybody here?
Yes, we are here.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So how about John? He's missing.
I don't know. I don't hear
Maybe
you.
he frozen.
The teacher is Jose now.
John, you still there?
The oldest, the oldest one in this room is Jose. I think.
Oh, John is missing.
Sometimes it happens. Internet connection
Okay.
is falling down.
Hello.
Hello again.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. As I said, my computer
Yeah.
was freezing. I don't know why. So anyway, it kicked me out, but I'm back.
We can hear you.
Okay. I'm sorry you can hear me. You should probably listen to someone else, like Daniel. But unfortunately. So Jose, did you take over teaching while I was gone?
Sorry, Eric.
Were you the teacher while I was gone, Jose?
Yes.
It was your turn to be teacher.
No,
was your turn.
no.
I'm sure you would do a better job. Look at this. Let's go back. I want to give you a little bit of practice with one thing that has come up several times, which is some of the grammar. Okay? So let's go over here for a second. You're going to have another chance to talk about a cultural experience a little later, but I want to focus first on some grammar that's come up both now and in the previous class. Give me just a second to open the presentation.
Yes, Angel.
Just a second here.
Yes, Angel. Yes, Eric.
Eric. Hola.
Sorry.
Hang on a second. Let me just get to the right page because I have to close my browser, so I lost everything. Give me just a second here to get to page 7. Almost there. Almost there. Almost. Okay, let's open presentation 3 again. And we're good to go. Okay, so what we're going to do, when I get this open for you. There we go. Let me move forward here. Okay. Let's go to the language at work section. This is where we deal with some grammar. And specifically, we've been talking about what we've seen or read which took place in the past. So I want to spend a little bit of time talking about past events and the difference between the past continuous, the past simple, and the past perfect. In other words, how we narrate the past with different verb tenses. The 3 verb tenses we can use. Or the 3 most important, I should say. So what I want you to do is, let me just see here how much time we have. Okay, there's a situation here, and let me just go forward. Okay, I see what we're going to do. So we're going to start with the situation here. We're just going to read through it. I'm going to ask you to identify the verb tenses, and then afterwards you're going to put the events in the right order and tell me the story again. Alright? So first, let's get some readers here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 short paragraphs. Let's get some people who I haven't heard from too much here. So, Sylvia, you take the first, and then we'll go to Salwa, and then Piotr, and then Jose. We'll just go right down the list. So take the first one for us.
Okay. One evening in December, an American billionaire was driving down the motorway in New Jersey. It was raining hard, but the road was busy as thousands of people were leaving for their Christmas holidays.
By the way, don't drop the S. Thousands. Right. Okay.
As thousands of people were leaving for their Christmas holidays.
Excellent. And Salwa, can you take the second paragraph?
Okay. Suddenly the car had a flat tire. And the chauffeur pulled over to the side. When he opened the boot, he recognized that he had left the toolkit behind while he was standing there in the rain, wondering what to do. Another motorist saw him and stopped.
All right. Hopefully you're getting the picture here, but I'll make sure you understand it before we tell the story again. Okay? Let's go to Piotr for the third.
Okay, together they changed the well, and as the man was leaving, the billionaire went down the window. He asked if there was anything he could do to thank him, and the man said his wife might like a small bunch of flowers.
Okay, so far so good. And Jose, can you take the last one?
Yes. 2 weeks later, a bunch of flowers arrived at the man's house. With it, there was a small note from the billionaire, thanking the man for his help and telling him that the whole of his mortgage had been paid off.
Mortgage. What's a mortgage?
Mortgage.
What's a mortgage?
Mortgage is like credit for house.
Exactly.
Okay.
Slavity of the 21st century.
It's what?
Slavery.
Slavery of the 21st century.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. Your mortgage. Actually, that's not true. That's not true, Daniel.
How is the connection?
Mortgage is the slavery of the 20th century. Student debt is the slavery of the 21st century.
In USA, maybe.
And not just the USA, it's spreading. Even in Spain, all the universities are being privatized, so you have to pay. It's happening everywhere.
Yes.
That's the new epidemic.
We have same trend in Turkey, John.
It's all over the world.
Unfortunately.
John, do you think that there is somewhere way to escape from this slavery?
Yeah. What's going to happen is the human race is going to die out. Cockroaches are going to take over, and or we can put Matthew McConaughey in a black hole, and he can save us. That's just like the movie.
Find another planet.
Exactly. We can find another planet with more
Or
gravity.
maybe can we join to Faris, to Borneo?
Welcome, Borneo.
Okay.
What's that?
And
I didn't-
destroy the other planet.
If you see Interstellar, they have a major problem. They find a new planet, but it's next to a black hole. And I don't know about you, but if I wanted to find a new planet, I would want to be very far away from the most destructive thing in the universe. So that's one part of the movie that I found strange. Do you believe that this story really happened?
No.
Why not?
In the future,
In the
it's
future.
possible.
Yeah, because everyone will be a billionaire in the future, maybe. Money will be so worthless that we all have a billion. But today, not really realistic. I can't tell you whether it's true or not. What's the difference between a millionaire and a billionaire, everyone?
Billionaire more.
Richer.
Thousand of
richer.
million.
Billionaire
richer.
have more money, no? Than millionaire.
Exactly.
More than 1,000.
More than 1,000 more than a million. Right. So,
1 billionaire is equal to 1,000 millionaire.
exactly. And even worse than that, because if you've been following all those things that happen in America, you know we have the 1%, and the billionaire class is at 1%. So, literally, 1,000 people own like 50% of all wealth or more. No, it's 90%. I think it's 94%. 1,000, was it 500 or 1,000 people own 94% of the wealth? Something crazy like that. I mean, you can Google for it. I'm not making it up. Listen,
White
The-
capitalism.
the important thing is how to narrate the past. And what I want you to do is I'm going to give you a paragraph, and I want you to identify the verb tense so we can clarify which narrative tenses are used. So, Ishmael, you take a look at the first paragraph. Faris, you take a look at the second. Daniel, you take a look at the third. Sylvia, you take a look at the fourth. And what I want you to do is give me a sentence and tell me which verb tense is being used. Is it the past continuous, simple, or past perfect? So, Ishmael, give us a sentence that tells the story in the first paragraph.
One evening in December, an American billionaire was driving down the motorway in New Jersey.
Perfect. It's a good
Past
sentence.
continuous.
Past continuous is correct. The past continuous consists of what two things? You're right, but it consists of what two verbs?
To be
Be?
and verb plus ing.
Exactly. To be plus ing, which we call the present participle. Ing is the present participle. If you want to know, that's what it's called. So to be plus ing. Daniel, give us a sentence in paragraph 2.
I was in the third paragraph, I think.
You were in the third?
I'm second. I'm second.
Sorry, I skipped Ferris. Sorry. Ferris, second paragraph.
Okay, suddenly the car had a flat tire and the chauffeur pulled over the side, opened the
Excellent.
hood. This is a past continuous also?
Well, does it have ing, Ferris? Does it have
Oh,
ing?
no.
No? So what is
Oh,
it?
ed, pull it.
Pulled, right?
Yes, pull it is ed.
So what verb tense?
I have not idea, John.
Okay. Is there one verb or two verbs for each idea for each action that's being expressed, or is it expressed with one verb or two verbs? The car had a flat tire. The chauffeur pulled over. So
Okay.
I only see one verb for each action. If it's only one verb, is that simple or is that continuous? Is it simple or is it perfect?
Simple?
Of course. One
Yeah,
verb
yeah.
means simple.
Simple, that's it. Okay.
Can you have a second verb? Yes. If it's a question or if it's a negation, yes, you can. But you don't need it. It's simple. One verb. Okay, Daniel, give us one from the third.
They changed it. Past perfect. No, past simple.
They changed past simple. That's right. Is there anything else? It's all past simple, looks like. Okay, great. Sylvia, last one. Last paragraph.
It was past simple.
Which?
Arrived. So 2 weeks later, a branch of flowers arrived at the man's house.
Excellent. Salwa, can you find an example of the past perfect?
Okay.
You have to look hard, but it's there. You see it?
Has been paid off.
Perfect. That is correct. So the past perfect consists of what? You're absolutely right. What does it consist of?
Had plus been plus past participle. Past participle.
Well, yes and no. You're right, but that's the passive voice. It doesn't have to be passive all the time. So basically, the simple form is not the simple. The basic form is to have plus ed. But if it's irregular, it's going to be to have and any irregular past participle. Shake, shook, shaken. Had shaken. Be, was, been. Had been. So Salwa, in your example, it's actually the passive voice, not the active voice. So the passive voice is the difference between I wrote the book and the book was written by me. I have written a book, active. The book has been written by me, passive. So
Yeah.
you don't, that's it. So the past perfect is just had talked, had been, had spoken, had shaken. In other words, have and the ed form, or the past participle. That's it. Okay, what I want you to do is tell me the story, the one that you just read. So let's put these in order. Take a minute, make a note, maybe write on a piece of paper or something. Order them in the right order, and then I want to hear you read them back to me. I want to hear you tell the story. Okay, everyone take a minute and tell me when you're ready. Oops. So I don't have an easy way to put the answers there for you, so I'm just going to do it by speaking. Okay, has everyone read all the choices?
Yes.
Everyone were ready? Yeah? Okay. So, how does our story begin?
C. The billionaire set off down the motorway.
There's one before C. There's one before C. You're right that that's one of the first, but there's not the first. There's one before.
B.
The billionaire spoke to the man. No.
Wait a second. Remember, there's a little difference between the story you read and when the events actually happened. So here, let's put the events in order first and the story second. Think about this as a timeline from the past to the present. Some of the events were told in a different sequence than they actually happened. So what's the very first thing that happened? Without this happening, the billionaire would never have been in trouble. What's the very first thing? Say again?
B.
No. Before B. Even before B.
The billionaire spoke to the man.
Even before that. Even before that. Something.
The chauffeur left.
Yes.
Sí, sí, sí.
Yeah, yeah.
The billionaire set off down the motorway.
No, not C. E. Like Selma.
E.
E.
So, why is E the first thing? Why is that the first thing? You're absolutely right. Why?
Because before he started to go through motorway, he left toolkit in house.
Exactly. If he hadn't left it, he would never have met that person and paid the mortgage. So that is the first thing in time. The story can be told in any way you like, right? And in fact, you're going to use the verb tenses to tell the story in different ways. You can manipulate the events. Okay, so E is first, and then Ishmael, you were right. C is second. What's third?
The car had a flat tire.
The car had a flat tire is third, correct. B is third.
The next one will be a passing motorist stopped to help.
G.
D. The chauffeur realized he couldn't change the wheel.
Oh, D,
Correct.
sorry, yes.
D is next, right.
D.
D is 4.
G.
G is 5, right?
Yes.
E.
Good. Say again, Sylvia.
The billionaire spoke to the man.
The billionaire spoke to the man is I, Sylvia.
I.
Not E.
I.
You're thinking in
I.
Italian. I.
Hi.
Okay. I is not the next one, though. There's something before it.
A. The chauffeur and the motorist changed the wheel.
Ah, got it. Okay. Okay. And then
And then the billionaire spoke to the man.
I, good. So that's the 7th, is I, good. We have 2 more, 8 and 9.
F.
F,
Paid off the mortgage.
paid off the mortgage. And
Some
then
flowers arrived at home.
is the 9th. Okay, so just to reiterate, listen again. E is the first, C is the second, B is the third, D is the fourth, G is the fifth, A is the sixth, I is the seventh, F is the eighth, and finally H is the ninth. You might want to write that down because what I want you to do is tell me the story. I want you to use the verb tenses to tell me the story in different ways. For this, you might want to practice on your own first. So I suggest as a homework, you use this list and write the story, and you don't have to put the first thing at the beginning. As long as you use the verb tenses, you can talk about time in a more intricate and sophisticated way. Here, we just want to, before we go, let's identify what the verb tenses really do. So it asks us to underline all the verbs. Well, we've already basically identified the verbs. I don't think we need to underline them. But what I do want to know is what tense is used to set the scene and give background information. What tense is used to describe the main action? What tense is used to talk about action in progress? What tense is used to talk about action that happened before another? So before we go, let's identify those things. Okay? And
Okay.
you tell me what you think. You give me your opinion. If you could give me one example for each, I think it'll be good enough. So, what tense or what example from the text sets the scene, gives background information? Gives us what we need to know so that we can understand the events of the story. What gives us the background information?
Past continuous tense.
Such as?
Yes.
You're correct. Such as?
Such as?
Such
Was
as can be-
training.
Was driving.
was
driving.
driving. Right. The billionaire was driving
Was
down
driving.
the motorway. That is the background. Excellent. Past continuous is background. What tense is used to describe the main action of the story, the main events?
Past tense.
Past simple.
Past.
Simple
Past
past
simple.
tense.
Past simple.
Simple past.
Okay. Such as? Give me an
Car
example.
had a flat,
The car
flat
had
tire.
a flat tire.
Perfect. Excellent. Which tense talks about an action in progress, but that is interrupted?
Past tense with
Past.
past continuous tense.
Past continuous, such as?
He was standing there in the rain.
He was
As
standing
the
there
man
in the rain.
was leaving.
Exactly. So it's being interrupted by as. He was standing there in the rain, wondering what to do, all of those. Last one. Which tense is used to talk about an action that happened before another action?
Before. When
Perfect.
Past
he
perfect is correct, yeah?
when he opened the boot, he realized that he had left the toolkit behind.
Perfect. Had left is the past perfect. That's it. Very good. So listen, your homework is to tell the story, but not in the order that you read it, or not in the order that we analyzed it. So here, it would be a great exercise for you to take these sentences, use that as the structure, but see if you can tell the story in a simple way using the past continuous, past perfect, and past simple, keeping those ideas in mind. If you want to write it, you can send it to me and I'll correct it, or you can just say it in the next class and I'll give you feedback. But try that as a little homework. I will also send you another homework which will give you some good practice with those three tenses, and then in tomorrow's class we're going to finish the unit. Tomorrow is Thursday, right? Yeah. So tomorrow we're going to do a big speaking activity which puts together the grammar, the key phrases, and the key vocabulary all together in one task. A business task, not a business, a business, cultural business task. You'll see. Okay? I'll send you the homework. If you want, send me your writing or present it tomorrow, and I'll be back tomorrow for the last class in Great Short Stories at 9 a.m. GMT. This class will be the same hour, 10 GMT tomorrow. Bye for now, everyone. Have a great day. See you
Yeah.
soon.
Bye, Johnny. Bye,
Bye.
guys. See you.
Right.